Hey man.
Hey man.
Oh yeah. Hey man.
Hey man. Hey everybody, and welcome to Hey Man. I'm Josh.
I'm Jacob.
Hey man.
What's up?
First of all, everybody, before we dive into these juicy topics today,
What you call me?
remember when this comes out, we're in Saginaw, Michigan on Saginaw. One show at the Vault on May 17th. The following weekend, we're in Winnipeg, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, just Jacob and I. The weekend after that, we're in Richmond, Virginia and Virginia Beach. Jacob, and Lee Syatt.
Like Hyatt?
And in June, we have Albany dates. We have a date in Louisville. Those are the 2 dates in June.
Louisville?
Yep.
Only two?
Only 2. We might take a third week at the end of June. I haven't decided yet.
Is it the one we talked about?
No.
Oh.
And then I'm taking basically the whole month of July off.
Ooh.
And then August, we are through the end of the year, basically every week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Sick.
excited for you guys to come see this new show, comedianjoshwolf.com for tour dates. Jacob Wolf also crushing it on stage. These shows have been amazing. So make sure you come check them out, comedianjoshwolf.com for tour dates.
And tickets. Go use the ticket link in that website, comedianjoshwolf.com. It'll take you to the club's websites to buy tickets from there. Do not trust a third party. The tickets should never be regular tickets should never be more than $30.
No, 30, some are 45.
I'm saying like regular GA, oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Some are 45. So, but by the way, new hat, who dis? Look at this hat, everybody. This is Jacob
We'll have
and
to
I.
cut in on it.
Yeah, the Jacob and I on this. So you're welcome. I just got one of these made.
I thought you had a couple.
Yeah, but I don't like, this is the only colorway I like.
There was 2 of them, right?
There's
Colorways?
3.
Oh, there was a third one?
Yeah, there was the black with the white in the back, and then there was camo.
Oh.
And so I just kind of seeing what I liked.
All right.
But here we are, everybody. We had a great time in Cincinnati this week.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Thank you all so much for coming out. Honestly, 2 out of 4 of those shows, they were all great.
Mhm.
2 out of 4 were special.
Yeah. They were fun.
Special. The live experience, I wish I could capture and put online for you guys to understand. But some of these live shows are so cool and so different and so unique. Nobody is doing these live shows the way we currently have them formatted.
True.
Like us. So I can't wait. Come see us on the road, comedianjoshwolf.com for tour dates
And tickets.
Make
sure you say tickets.
Are you starting this off to bother me?
Oh,
on
yeah.
Purpose?
Yes, absolutely.
Why?
Because I have no one else to bother at home.
Why aggravate me on purpose right up front? Why?
Hey, buddy.
Why start the podcast off where you're bothering me?
Because that's what we do.
But you bother me in such a bothersome way.
Yeah. I bother you in only a way that I can bother you. That's the best part.
Oh my God.
See, you know what's funny is you get mad at me when you are the one who taught me to do this. You raised me like this.
I did not raise you like
I
that.
don't have a younger brother to be able to anger, but I know how to anger you. And you're not younger, but it's close enough.
What?
You heard what I said. I don't have a sibling to anger. I never did.
Yeah, you had 2.
Nah, I didn't really live with them.
That's true.
So
anyway,
so you're like the one that I bother.
Dude, your mom and I, we have officially booked the tickets to Italy.
Oh, well, that's further in advance than I expected you to have them. I was expecting you to book them literally 2 days before.
Officially have the tickets to Italy.
First to class?
Here's the beautiful thing about this whole trip. I have so many miles and so many hotel points and so many points from my credit cards that I'm not going to have to spend a nickel on travel or accommodations.
Like any hotels?
I'm not going to have to pay for the 12 days there, 0 hotels, and the flight over.
I knew flight you were fine. My flight over. What about flight back?
Flight over and back.
Oh, nice.
Flight over and back.
First class.
First class.
Nice.
All paid for with
Not
miles.
business. First class.
First class.
Nice.
All paid for with miles, and then hotel points.
But I thought last time I was talking to you, by the way, I know you have a ridiculous amount of hotel points. I thought it was only getting you a specific, like 2 nights. Was it at a specific hotel?
Yeah, dude. I mean, look, if I want to spend it's possible to spend, like I have something like 900,000 Marriott points, right?
Crazy.
But some hotels, that's 2 nights.
In Italy?
Yeah.
That's
it's fucking
nuts.
crazy. Yeah.
That is so crazy. That shitty one, that Hilton that I stayed in Leicester was 30,000 a night. And when I walked in, I was like, this should be not
to be fair, dude. To be fair. If I'm going to spend the points, I'm going to probably spend them on a hotel that I wouldn't pay for.
Well, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
but not one where you only get 2 nights out of your 12.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Wait, so then how can you...
I have Amex points. I have Chase Sapphire points. I have Hyatt points. I have Hilton points.
I have $30,000 in credit card debt.
What is that?
That's what that sounded like to me with all the things that you just said. I know you don't have credit card debt because you pay all that.
Of course I have credit card debt. Are you kidding?
Yeah, but when you said that, when you named all those things for points, that's it. It's a Family Guy song.
Oh.
You know that episode where Peter and
dude, I do not know that episode.
You might.
Nope.
They form a singing duo.
Oh yeah, I do know that.
Yeah,
episode.
fuck off. Let me finish my sentence. I know you know it because I've showed it to you numerous times.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they go into they're like, oh, I hate these typical East Coast drugstores. And it's like a drugstore, but it's like, it's true. Cause like, they have all those weird like tchotchkes in them.
Yeah.
It's where people go to like buy like last minute birthday presents. And there's like a bunch of weird shit in it. And so Peter picks up a ukulele and he goes, I have $30,000 in credit card debt. And that's what that sounded like to me when you started naming all those.
Well, no, I do have credit card debt. And paying it off is going to pay for my trip to Italy. So yeehaw, I am.
Dude.
I am planning on eating a lot and anything that I want.
You should, because I don't think you can have a diet and go to Italy.
No, that's not the point.
It sounds so dumb.
Yeah, that's not the point. So, and I told your mom, I prefer 2 cities. So it can be relaxing.
I would agree.
But I'm okay with 3.
Yeah. 12 days, 4 days in each city.
So I think it's Rome, Amalfi Coast, and Florence.
Did you say it like that?
Amalfi Coast. Dude, and I've been learning Italian.
Hey, you were about to say Italy.
I've been learning Italian in the morning when I walk Indiana Jones. Piacere.
Okay, I can't. This is the test.
Buongiorno.
Before you go,
sono Josh.
I need an
Io sono Josh.
Indiana Jones theme song in Italian.
Nah, it won't be that. That's not gonna happen. But I am getting there. So my plan is to do 5. I'm 6 weeks until we leave, so I'm gonna do 5 weeks of just an hour every morning on Babbel.
I think you'll do well.
And then the last week, I'm just gonna memorize phrases I need to know. Where's the bathroom?
Donde está la biblioteca?
Where's the bathroom?
You gotta know where the library is.
Yep. Where's the that's Spanish.
I know. I'm saying you have to do it for Italian though.
Where's the bathroom? 2 cappuccinos, please.
Not gonna ask for almond milk.
Definitely not. 2 cappuccinos, please. My name is Josh. I don't speak very much Italian. Do you speak English?
Do you speak English? You don't need to speak very much Italian. You should just know, do you speak English? The first part of that phrase seems pointless.
I want to be able to speak it. I want to learn a little bit, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Yeah. I like it.
Okay. Great.
I like it. And then, what else do I want to be able to say? Do you know where I can get some weed?
Jail. Straight to jail, actually.
Yeah, I might ask, do you know where I can get...
Dude, I guarantee you could probably sneak a couple edibles over there.
0% chance.
Dude, I accidentally flew to Panama with a vape cartridge.
Get it. Not risking it.
Could be done. Just pack like 4 Chiba Chews separately in different parts of your suitcase. You'll be fine.
No, I'm not. It's not worth it to me. You know, I'm not.
I'm doing it the next time I go.
Good. Yeah, I think you should. If you get thrown in jail internationally, it'll be great for the podcast. So I encourage it.
Yeah. Pull some Tory Lane shit.
Yeah, dude. I would love to see you on Arrested Abroad. That'd be amazing.
For like 4 edibles, I think it'd be all right.
Yeah, honestly, you getting arrested overseas would be great for the podcast.
It'd be great for content.
I encourage.
And also, if I get through, then it's great content for wherever I go.
I encourage you to get arrested at the airport.
Almost happened.
Several times, even here in LA.
Well, we don't live in LA.
And Vegas.
Great job. Next topic.
Oh, man, you're bothering me so much.
What?
On a scale of 0 to 10, you bothering me today.
It's out there.
Yeah, it's at like 8.5, 9.
It'll be at 11 by the time the podcast is over.
You're pushing it right now, for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Why are you trying to bother me so much?
Because I like to bother you.
Golly.
I don't get to bother people very often, you know?
Let's,
I like it to be a calm household. But this is my job now. So, and I blame you for that. And I'm going to keep interrupting you right before you're about to talk. So then, go ahead. Back to you, Josh. Now with the weather at 4.
You're such. So one thing we learned about Jacob this weekend is Jacob, when he's in front of black people, tends to lean his verbiage black.
I code switch. And I code switch.
Just define code switch.
Code switch. It's like putting, when you work, you put on your server voice when you're at work, right? When you go to serve somebody, you put on your server voice.
Yeah.
When I'm when I'm in the South, I code switch.
Code switch just seems like a real trying to be politically correct way of saying you talk black when you're in front of black people.
But I don't talk black.
You said to the woman at the gate.
She said, "Where y'all going?" And I said, "You know where we're going."
You said, "You know where we going?"
Yeah.
Who says we going?
She asked, "Where were we going?" And I said, "You know where we're going."
No, you didn't say where we're going.
You know where we're going. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I've said that in front of non-black people also.
You don't. No, you don't.
Hold on. Are you with me all the time to tell me how I speak in front of everyone all the time ever?
No, but I know how you speak in front of black people when you do it. And I like it. I think it's fine. But I did point out that you
code switch.
Yeah, okay. That's a nice way of saying it. Yeah.
That is what I do.
It's not as bad as I'm one of my cousins we would go order sushi and he would hit the accent a little bit when he ordered. And we were all like, whoa.
Oh.
Don't order a number 3.
Are we talking about the dude about who called this specific sushi completely wrong his entire life?
God, this is my
dad.
Wait.
No.
One is by accident and one is on purpose. I just didn't. I was,
dude. You for 55 years, you're telling me you've been saying
nobody's ever told me it was wrong until you.
Where were we even?
We were at a fucking sushi restaurant.
In what city? We were in Stamford.
You said to me, you go, what did you say?
Tell them what you said.
So what's it called?
Nigiri.
Right. My entire life have been ordering my entire life, to the waiters and to the servers.
Everybody.
My entire life, I've been ordering nigiri sushi. My entire life. And nobody ever corrected me.
I can't believe it.
I've been ordering nigiri sushi. And Jacob was like, what? And I go,
we were in Australia.
Yeah, you go,
we were in Australia.
I go, nigiri. And you go, dude, there's another I.
I was like, read it and spell it. Spell it. There's another I.
Yeah.
Nigiri.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Definitely my
Oh my
dude,
God.
You were
I don't think we should be talking about how people speak.
You were like, you put the menu down. You go, what did you just say? I go, what do you mean?
I was baffled.
And you go, say that again. And I go, what part? You go, order the sushi. And I go, nigiri sushi. You were like, no, that's not it.
No
you
way.
said very slowly, say all the letters. And I go, Nigi. There's another I in there.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. So I don't think we should be talking to anybody about how they speak.
But I'm just saying.
No one corrected you. Are you telling me you've eaten sushi with Mom? You've eaten sushi with Caitlin? You've eaten sushi with me, with Trevor, with every single one of your brothers, with anybody ever, and no one's ever said, hey, I think you're saying it wrong.
No.
That is baffling to me.
Yeah. It could be like...
Probably because everyone's in such a shock that you don't know how to read.
I think it could be this too.
Oh my God.
I was in South Carolina once in a meet and greet, and I could see, when you see somebody in a meet and greet line, you can see if they're going to be
problem.
And I could see this dude keep looking over his shoulder at his friends and laughing. So I was like, oh, he's got something planned he think is funny.
Yeah.
And he told me when he shook hands with me, he was like, I usually don't think you people are that funny. And I was like, you people? I go, what do you mean? I'm so curious. What do you mean by you people? Now, he meant Jews. So he then proceeded to say what he thought was a negative slang term for Jews. And he said, kites. And I go, say it again. And he said kite with a T. Now, for those of you who don't know, a real East Coast, tough word to call Jews is kike with a K, kike. But that is a real Northeastern East Coast, right?
Yeah.
But it's the one. Kike is a tough one. And not really, because it doesn't bother me because I don't generally, I don't know why. I just don't let that shit bother me.
Yeah. Because you're a comic and you don't really let a lot of shit bother you?
Well, I just don't want you to think you have control over me by words you're saying.
Yeah, fair enough.
Name calling isn't really going to do it. But I don't begrudge anybody who is upset. So I go, so you say it again. He goes, you people kites. I go, oh. And I didn't correct him because one of two things was true. Either he and all of his dumb friends thought it was kite, and that makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Or his friends know how dumb he is and haven't corrected him.
Yeah.
And so either one makes me laugh. And so maybe nobody corrected me, especially my brothers, because they were like, that's funny. Although 2 of my brothers are married to black women.
Yeah.
So you would think they would have jumped first in line and been like,
I feel like we should call one of them and ask them.
Maybe I've just never, maybe I just ordered sushi and I've never said that word. I don't know.
Oh, you don't have to say that word like it's a slur. It's not. You could
Yeah.
it's crazy.
But I have always just thought that's what it was. And apparently
it's not.
It's not.
It's not. It's not. It's really not.
Oh, okay. But so let's go back to you code switching, or as the rest of us who aren't so politically correct would call it, talking black. How long do you think you've done the code switching stuff with people? Your whole life?
Well, yeah. I mean, like,
do you do it with Asian people, with Latino people?
Well, I mean, with Latino people, I have like, yeah, kind of. I do that, but also like,
wait, did you just change
Latino? Like, I also have a little. I also have like, I know a little bit of Spanish, so I throw it in where I can.
Dude, I'm gonna get you to say Latino as much as I can.
There was that woman who works at the comedy store or the comedy place in Miami who came and saw us. Mimi. When Mimi and I were talking in the green room, it was like Spanglish, kind of like she would talk it, but then I would kind of talk it, but like it's still like.
What Spanish do you speak? Do you speak the Spanish?
Un poquito.
That is a little. Yeah.
Me llamo Jacobo,
Jacobo?
Jacobo. That's my name in Spanish. That's what Spanish people call me.
Jacobo.
That's what Spanish people call me. Jacobo.
Jacobo is your name in Spanish.
Dude.
Get fucked. It's Jacob. Jacobo?
I've been called Jacobo before.
0 people have called you Jacobo.
Cool. Okay.
I'm about to call you Jacobo.
That's fine.
Jacobo?
Jacobo. Yeah. Sure.
Jacobo Lobo?
Yeah. Sure. Look, no one's ever called
Jacobo Lobo.
Hearing you say it and not an accent makes me laugh.
Oh, you want me to give you the accent?
Yeah. Okay, we're done.
Wait a second.
Okay, we're done.
Wait a second.
We're done.
Jacobo Lobo.
Yeah. I've been called Jacobo before. That's not the point. But like, I code switch in a bunch of different things. I code switch when we're in the South. Like I code switch when I'm in London.
Yes,
for sure.
You do.
Like it's just kind of what I do.
Yeah.
But also, like, have I done it my whole life? Like, I don't know, like in middle school, what's funny? In middle school, the people who like I hung out with who came over to the house was a whole different group of people than who I hung out with at school.
Is that true?
Yeah. Like when I was in 6th and 7th grade, I hung out with the upper class kids because I would play basketball and stuff at lunch. But like I always hung out with a group of black kids in my middle school.
Mm-hmm.
That was just, but in high school it was a little bit different because nobody fucking liked me except for my neighbor. So it was anybody I could be friends with. But I've also just like, I'm not saying I'm appropriating with African American culture also at all, but like that's just who I hung out with a lot. Also, like the people I hung out with at school were different than who I hung out with at home. But also, like one of my closest friends is black.
Can I tell you how much I disagree with 99% of the things that are called cultural appropriation.
Yeah, I know.
What I think is great about the country is we're in a melting pot of cultures, and we all see things that we like in other cultures and go, oh, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, that's
so I'm not sure where the cultural appropriation part comes.
I think there's a certain line though in certain things, right? Like I think there's a certain line, like what I said with African American vernacular, AAVE was I watched and hold on, there's like more behind it. Like it was more established in like the 1700s between like in like during slavery and on, and but also like it is seen as cultural appropriation because some people would also call it a black scent.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know
what
a black scent? Like a black accent, like you're
black scent, yeah,
a black scent,
yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying, like or how you would say talk black,
yeah,
like that's where I feel like there's a line of cultural appropriation. If there's like inauthentic, it's inauthentic, and
so Eminem cultural appropriation. The boy, I kind of slurred through that.
Eminem cultural appropriation, no, because he doesn't.
MGK,
no, but why? Because they rap and they're white.
Yeah,
no,
okay,
that's not cultural appropriation.
Okay.
Them being white rappers doesn't make it like cultural appropriating. But also we're two white dudes who grew up surrounded by, I think, in the African American culture.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So when you are in a melting pot, which we are in America, you can't help but borrow things that you see that you like.
Yeah, but I feel like there are certain things.
Give me an example.
Like with how you speak. Like, do I code switch? Yes, but I don't use AAVE. Like, I don't use African American vernacular. Like
Eminem.
Sure, I guess, yeah. But like, if you were to, I would need to give you more examples of the vernacular that I'm talking about. Okay. But if you were to pretty much just wholly like adapt that vernacular, and you're white, it's not something that I would. It's what I would consider you're trying to have a black scent.
Got it.
Yeah.
And what about things like, I know some Halloweens, there have been some people in the Asian community are mad when people put on the sumo costumes. Call it cultural appropriation. Agree, disagree?
Now, that one I'm not super sure on. I honestly have never ever heard that before.
Yeah.
Like I've never heard anyone say something like that because you're talking about one of those just like blow up ones.
Yeah.
That is just now, are you saying that, or are you just playing devil's advocate?
No, I believe that has been brought up before.
I've never heard that been brought up before.
Well, give me an example of like an Asian culture, a Latino culture of cultural appropriation that you would.
I would say if we're gonna stick on the Halloween subject.
Well, anything, yeah.
I mean, if you were to, actually, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't have an example for that.
Okay.
Because we were talking about.
Yeah.
You were talking about me talking black. Is what the whole point of this subject was.
I think like there's no doubt that the black culture has had a huge influence on arts and entertainment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Huge.
I would say the biggest influencers in music, sports,
without a doubt,
and street culture.
Without a doubt. I would also say that if you asked a lot of black entertainers, one of the ways they make a ton of money is that white people also enjoy their art.
Yeah.
Okay. And their culture.
Yeah.
And so it's not okay to say we're okay with the money, but you can't wear those clothes or talk, or do you know what I mean? Like for me, it's like two different things. Things like what Elvis did, or when people steal, that's just stealing. I think cultural appropriation is too soft of a term for that. When you're stealing other people's work, and calling it your own, that's not, to me, cultural appropriation. That's theft.
Yeah, I would say cultural appropriation. It's like obviously you can like any type of music or like any type of music or wear whatever you want, and it's obviously has its own based influences. But I would say cultural appropriation is like just because some white kid from the suburbs listens to NBA Youngboy, you know what I'm saying, or Kodak Black, doesn't mean that he's like, if he was raised in the suburbs, there's no reason for him to be talking in some sort of a black scent, I guess is the way I would put it. So, but like, and I'm trying to figure this out too. So like, are we talking about things that are uniquely basically
unique in that culture.
Yeah.
An afro.
Yeah, some people would consider cultural like the
dreads.
the afro, the dreads, the braids.
Okay.
Like some people would consider that.
But what if it's stylistically you just I'm not yelling at you about this.
No,
I'm discussing.
You're curious. Yeah. No,
what about stylistically? That's like, am I saying Beyonce is culturally appropriating white people's hair because she's got a weave that's straight? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No.
So that's where the ridiculousness of it for me is. Like, okay, dreads are probably bred Rasta, Jamaica, but like, so somebody sees it and likes it, and they're like, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I would think definitely there are some people, there are some who take it probably too far when it comes to addressing what cultural appropriation is, but also that's not really for me to say as a white man. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think you're allowed to have an opinion.
I agree, but also at the same time, like it's not me. I'm allowed to have an opinion, but also who am I to tell somebody like, you know, to them about their culture that this is not cultural appropriation. Do you know what I mean? Like, I guess it's like up to them, up to everybody at a certain point on what your own definition of it is for your own culture.
Yeah,
but also like I don't really see the white as having a culture that like when I say I don't identify with, I'm not saying I identify with Black culture and African American culture, but they are, like we said, the leaders and the influence of music, sports, entertainment, and fucking and streetwear and culture and fashion and stuff right now. So like it's more for me is like it's more of an appreciation for me of their culture because I do fuck with their music so much more. I do fuck with their fashion. I do fuck.
By the
like,
way,
I think sports like you look at everybody like LeBron, like. You look at people in the NBA right now, like, or in NBA, and the only place I would say is hockey. I don't really fucking watch hockey.
But cultural appreciation, I like that a lot more.
It's definitely like
because that is kind of what you're doing.
That is what it is for me. Yeah. It's like it is a cultural appreciation. I appreciate the African American culture because right now, if I look at like how I dress and what I wear and what I listen to and what I watch and who I hang out with, like I talk to on a regular basis. Out of my friends, a lot more of my Black friends than I do my white friends.
By the way, I think if you asked Black people, I bet you they would be like, yeah, a lot of white people kind of black it up when they talk to us a little bit.
Yeah, I would say absolutely.
Yeah, I bet you.
100%. It's a code switch. Yeah. But like there are some you can immediately see it right off the bat, but also the dudes I've been friends with my entire life, this is just how we talk to each other.
Yeah.
Like it might just be part of like what it is. But like, you know, I've never tried to once claim a sense of one thing or another or like identify with African-American culture because honestly, I can't because I'm a fucking white guy. That's just it. But I can appreciate their culture 100%. And that's what I do in my honest to God everyday life.
Yep. I agree. Okay. Well, that was interesting.
Yeah, that was a good conversation actually.
Interesting for sure. By the way,
not cultural appropriation. I got cultural appreciation. I like that.
Dude, I do just want to say for the record that I beat the shit out of you in Minigolf.
Yeah. What a cool course, though.
Super cool.
I really like that course. I want to go try the hard one. That was the easy one?
Yeah. Dude, you know what was the coolest thing about that course?
Those designed by Tiger Woods?
No, that I won.
Cool. Did you get a hole in one, though? No.
Who cares?
I did.
Yeah, but who won?
Yeah, only hole in one of the day, though.
Who won?
Dude, I was like even through 6 holes.
You were 5 ahead of me and ended up 5 behind.
Dude, it was 2 holes. 2 holes, that was it. Those greens were so fast.
Yeah.
But it was really fun. Like I had a really good time. We should definitely go back though.
Yeah.
Like, I would definitely go back.
I will tell you, I loved going with your mom, but the one thing about going with your mom is that I don't shit talk as much, so it's not as much fun.
Yeah, yeah.
It's more fun to hang out with her and watch her.
She had some good shots.
She had some great shots. And so I don't mean that, but I also enjoy shit talking and I don't want to shit talk around her.
Right. But it was It was a good time. I would definitely go back. I want to try the harder course though, because if that was the easy course, I can't imagine what the fucking hard course is. By the way, I love that it's getting hot right now. I'm so fucking excited.
I know.
Like honestly, I just drive with no AC windows up.
You do?
Yeah.
When it's psycho, man.
No, I love it.
No AC windows up.
When it gets to be a little too hot in the car, I'll turn the AC on or roll the windows down. But like when it goes from cold to hot here, man, I love it. I like to sit in the heat. I like to bake it. I'm warm blooded, dog. I like to fucking put me under a goddamn heat lamp. I love it.
It's bananas.
I love it.
Hit me with your Smoothie King story.
Okay, so there's a place called not Smoothie King, Tropical Smoothie. Okay. If there's a Smoothie King out here, I'd be fucking stoked. Anyways, Went to Tropical Smoothie today by the house. And it was funny because I'm ordering a smoothie and I try to order something. And the woman over the phone, she goes, or over the drive-thru goes, "Oh, no, sir. No. And I go, "What?" She goes, "No, sir." And I was like, Are you telling me it's not, you guys don't have that in stock?" And then all of a sudden someone else comes over the mic and goes, "Yeah, sorry. So all we have is," but like there was just some random like old Hispanic woman. I was like, "Yeah, can I get a medium in this?" And she was like, No.
Was it a different channel? Or was it somebody inside?
No, she literally switched over the headset and like grabbed it from her and put it on her head. And she was like, and the woman was like, "Yeah, no, we actually are out of spinach and we only have one size for this." I go, "Oh, okay. So I can't get that one." And she was like, no, sorry. She didn't know how to explain it. And I was like, no, that's fine. But so she was like Consuela from Family Guy.
Yeah.
Family Guy, when
Two Family Guy references.
Yeah.
Who's Consuela?
Consuela is the old Latina maid. Like,
oh, dude, I love it the way you say Latino and Latina.
Remember when I said Miami?
Yeah, dude. Say
So,
Latina again.
It's like, no, stop it. So it's Consuela. Where,
and
you know,
is she? She's Russian.
They knock on the door and they go, "Hey, is Peter home?" She goes, "No, Senor Griffin, no home, no." And she'll like close the door, and I was like, "Is fucking Consuela working at Tropical Smoothie right now?" It was awesome, but it reminded me the last time I was there, I was driving Uber Eats. This was when I came back from the Nut House. Okay. And they're open 24 hours, or so they say.
Oh yeah, that place on Volunteer.
No, on St. Rose.
On St. Rose, sure.
2 different streets.
Yep. There's one on Volunteer that's open 24 hours.
There is.
Or that's the Mexican restaurant.
There you go. Down toward Taco. Yeah.
How is that place?
Not good.
Really?
Down toward Taco and Roberto's Tacos. Sorry, guys. I'm out.
Roberto's is supposed to be top notch.
Roberto's is top crotch.
Stop it.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Really?
When you make your taco the size of a quesadilla, that means there's something wrong with it.
Is that what Roberto's does?
Dude, Roberto's the one by the Albertsons down on Bicentennial. Oh my God.
I need a street taco size taco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no reason a taco should be the size. If I have to hold my taco with 2 hands when I eat it, your taco's not good.
That's a burrito, by the way.
Open face. It was an open face, bro.
What'd you call me?
You heard me. Dude, it was like a legit, like the tortilla was like the size of my hand open or bigger. It was stuffed, dude. It had so much stuff in it. The guac was good, but there was so much meat in it.
That's Roberto's.
Unseasoned.
Okay.
It was unseasoned. It was just missing a whole bunch of stuff.
Unseasoned meat was my nickname in high school.
You were not popular. But also like their quesadilla was lacking one main thing.
Cheese?
Bingo.
That's not a quesadilla.
It was like a semi-cheesy quesadilla. I was like, dude, where there's the fucking cheese in this bitch?
No.
So that was a bummer. I got that on Cinco de Mayo. I was pretty upset about that.
I'm surprised you didn't say Cinco de Mayo.
There are certain things. I go in and out of it.
Okay.
Yeah, you know. And so.
But tell me.
So we went to this Tropical Smoothie when I was doing Uber Eats, and it's open 24 hours. And so I go in and I go to walk up to this Uber Eats or in this Tropical Smoothie, and it's closed. It's 10 p.m. on like a Thursday. I go to open the door. It's not there. I drive through the drive-through. No one's there. But all the lights are on the inside of this place. There's just not a single soul in this fucking Smoothie King. There's Tropical Smoothie. And I call the guy and I go, "Hey man," like the guy who ordered, I was like, "Hey man, there's other Uber Eats drivers who have shown up and they're trying to get into the doors." And I'm just sitting in the parking lot watching everyone. And like, I've sat there for 10 minutes and 8 Uber Eats drivers have gone by this store looking to try and get in and get an order. It was fucking crazy. And I'm sitting there and I call the guy and I go, "Hey man, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to get this order. I don't think there's anybody inside this place."
Yeah.
He goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "Dude, I've seen 5-6 people drive by looking for orders. There's all the lights are on. There's not a single soul in there." And he was like, "Damn. Yeah, Tropical Smoothie, that place kind of sucks." And I was like, "Why the fuck did you order from it, bro?" And then he was like, "Yeah, they're kind of lacking. Like, this is not the first time they've done some bullshit like this." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "All good, just cancel it. Appreciate you." I was like, "All good." And I hung up and I was like, "Hey, babe," because Iman came with me when I would Uber Eats drive because we would go for it. It was fun. And I was like, "Hey, look up reviews for Tropical Smoothie." Guess what their reviews were?
This place is never open?
1 star. Overall, 1.3 stars, 100+ reviews of how much this place sucks.
No shit.
Swear to God.
Why?
I don't know. They were like, most of the reviews were like, "Why is there never anybody in this store?"
I gotta go.
But no, I went today. Line was full. but Consuela was obviously running the fucking drive-thru.
Oh, same one.
Same one. I went today, and then Consuela was there. No, I was like, yeah, can I get this? She was like, no, sir. And she was like, oh, no, sir. I was like, why not? Like, why can't I?
Can I give a theory?
Yeah, sure.
So when I was 14 in Amherst, Massachusetts, I got my first job at this place called the Gaslight Diner.
What a great name, by the way.
And could have been Gas Lamp, I forget.
Gaslamp District is in San Diego. So.
Gaslight Diner.
Yeah.
And I would wash dishes. And there was a guy named Jimmy Carr, not the comedian. And he cooked. And there was one waitress. And after the lunch rush, he would always be like, hey, come sit out here at the counter. And they would go downstairs and fuck in the like the storage room.
Okay.
And on the days that if I was not there or if I got cut early, they would just close it for however long.
Hilarious.
Yeah. So I don't know if people are fucking in the storage or if they're outside or if they're smoking weed, but if they're inside, maybe with the lights on, maybe they're playing vids. But Jimmy Carr used to fuck in the storage room. And what I found out later is the other guy who washed dishes used to, I was like, dude, because I was 14 and naive. I was like, so Jimmy I said something about Jimmy. I forget what their girl's name was. Because he would tell me they're doing stock inventory.
Yeah.
And I remember saying, and they do stock inventory every day. And the other dishwasher was like, dummy. He was like, they're having sex in the storeroom. I was like, no way. And he said, yeah. He goes, yeah. He goes, have you ever noticed that hole in the wall in the men's room? I go, yeah. He goes, I made that because I go down and I watch them have sex through the men's room.
Hilarious. What a creeper.
He was like 14 like me.
Oh.
And he was
even
like,
worse.
He was like, do you ever go down there? I'm like, no, dude, I'm not going down there because then zero eye contact. And I would probably try to be funny. Like I'd say something through the,
yeah.
I'd say something through the whole, like faster, faster.
This movie sucks.
Yeah. Come on, Jimmy, get your hips into it.
Down in front.
Yeah. But yeah,
that's
man.
hilarious. Dude,
that was also the place.
You should tell that story.
I just did.
No. I mean, like that seems like a great stand-up bit.
I also that was the same place where this dude, I'm not going to give his real name, Billy Harrison. He used to sell me weed.
I love when you do that.
He used to sell me weed, and he'd walk into the kitchen, and I told you he was the guy who tried to convince me more seeds the better because I could plant my own.
Oh yeah, you're stupid. Yeah, this guy.
So he would be like, "Lucky you, dude, packed full of seeds," and and he would say, I got you one bud. So he'd get me one bud and then the rest seeds. He would be like, I got you one bud just so you could smoke something before your plants grew.
You're so dumb.
But I remember, this dude for months was selling me bags of seeds.
Did you fall for the oregano trick too?
No, I didn't. Although all the weed back then smelled like oregano. It all was like brown dirt.
Yeah.
Every now and then you'd smoke weed that was like semi-okay. But you could smoke a whole joint and just get a headache,
That's oregano.
Nah, it was brown. There was a lot of brown Mexican dirt weed. We weren't getting the
weed you get.
Nah, dude. The kids who grew up in California probably got real weed.
Me.
We got it was
dude,
bad. But Billy Harrison fucked me.
Pause.
He fucked me out because I remember I opened up a drawer and I showed my older brother Adam because I was like, I'm gonna be rich, and he was like, what are you talking about? And I opened up the drawer and it was just just bags of seeds. And he was like, you're so stupid. He was like, just out of curiosity, even if that was going to work, where were you planning on planting in mom's garden?
Yeah.
Like, what were you don't have a field?
Yeah. How would you, what was your plan?
My plan was when I moved out of the house, I was going to move into a place that had a backyard.
And you were just going to openly grow weed in the backyard.
Yeah, I was 14, 15, so I wasn't really thinking it through.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured I'd just leave, and I didn't know what it took. I thought it was just like growing whatever.
You just water it?
Yeah, you just throw some seeds in, you water it, and it grows.
Right, Jack and the Beanstalk.
Right. Weed plants are difficult.
Extremely. And they take 6 months to grow and harvest.
I didn't know any of that shit, dude. I was just planning on being rich. Me and dude, I can't tell you how long I thanked Billy. Every time he came in, he was like, I give everybody else the weed. I give you the seeds. I was like, thanks, dude.
You're stupid.
You're the best. Thanks for taking care of me, Billy.
You're so stupid.
Yeah. How was I supposed to know, dude? No internet. I just, seeds, water, dirt, weed.
Hadn't that song Colt 45 come out yet?
What is that?
By Afro Man?
Oh, dude, in the 80s?
No, hadn't that Afro Man song come out?
Google that. You think a song about weed by Afro Man came out in the 80s? There's no way. I can't remember any songs about weed, really, but I wasn't into the cultural appreciation like I am now.
You're stupid.
Although, dude, I was, big into like Kumo D.
Oh, no, I guess Afro Man was, Afro Man was 2001.
Yeah, Kumo D and Curtis Blow and all.
And Blowjack Horseman.
Not Blowjack Horseman. But yeah, man. I
guess I didn't know.
UTFO.
The Chronic and Afro Man released in 2001. What a time.
I can't believe you associated that with my youth. I love it.
I take it back.
Because you think I look so young and spry.
Not with how gray your beard is right now.
Dude, the difference in how old I look when I don't color my beard and when I do is like...
Yeah, you go from 55 to 54. I don't know what you're fucking talking about.
Why are you being a dick? But dude, did you see...
What do you mean age difference? It's not a huge age difference. You still have salt and pepper.
Look at that.
Have you seen that?
You are just... You're not even looking, are you?
Nah.
What is it?
You're trying to annoy me because I've been annoying you all day.
What is it that annoys you so much about when I flex?
Nothing. Nothing annoys me.
Something.
No, that's why I don't even acknowledge it.
You don't acknowledge it because it bothers you. You don't like it when I bounce my pecs. You don't like any of that. How come?
It's just weird.
Is it weird?
Yeah.
Is it weird that you don't look and you maintain eye contact with me?
Yeah, it's the only place I can look.
What if I just bounce my chicken?
Bounce your what? You say you bounce your chicken? What did you just say? Let me bounce my chicken?
Yes. My word.
That sounds...
Brain to mouth is not working too well today. I don't know why.
I feel like it's always on the podcast. Your brain just turns off.
Well, no, because my brain is working faster than my mouth can.
Pause.
Dude, but I do want to talk to you about something. So I told you I had a massage today, and it was like one of the best decisions I've made in a long time.
Yeah.
I was like, I haven't had one in so long, but you told me you don't like massages, and I don't even know where to put that.
I'm cool with sometimes my Maaan, like my girlfriend gives me like a shoulder massage, or like if my back hurts, she'll rub my back a little bit, but I'm not paying a stranger to rub my back.
Yeah, but they know how to do it well.
Yeah,
it's like a medical service.
Yeah.
It's like going to the chiropractor.
It's not though.
It is.
Candles and your shirt off. And
dude, it's not candles. I mean, you're going to like a...
Was your shirt off?
Yeah, dude, that's how people massage you.
Yeah, not in the chiropractor, it's not.
Yeah, but your shirt's off at the beach. Do you not like
but there's nobody massaging my back.
Yeah, but you're turning everything sexual.
No,
I'm not sexual.
I just don't want a random stranger rubbing my back, skin to skin. It's weird. I'm not for it. I'm just... Why are you bagging on my shit?
I'm not bagging, just don't like it. Saying, but you're missing out on one of the true pleasures in life. Look at that.
I'm not. What are the pit stains? I don't know. I don't feel like I'm missing out on a pleasure.
Dude, it feels so good.
Yeah, sure. Great, cool. Also, but I'm not gonna lie, at the chiropractor, like there's a weird spot in the middle of my back where I'm ticklish. And I don't want to, if I go to a massage and they're sitting on that spot, I'm just gonna sit there and not be relaxed.
That's why I tell them not to massage my feet, because I'm the same way. You touch my feet, I'm laughing.
If you touch my feet, I'm kicking you.
Yeah, I'm laughing. So no feet.
No, I'm good on everything. Like I trust like my girlfriend because I'm good with that, but I don't want a random stranger touching me.
Yeah, but it is the same as a chiropractor.
No, it's not, because my clothes are on at the chiropractor.
When did you turn into this 18th century prude?
I'm not an 18th century prude.
You're implying that.
Why is it that I'm a prude? No, fuck off. Why is it that I'm a prude that I just don't like strangers touching me?
But because you keep saying skin to skin.
Because that's what it is. Their hand is on my back.
Strangers are touching you at a chiropractor,
but not on my skin.
So now this is what I'm saying. You're making the skin to skin sexual.
I have not made it sexual dude. I'm being serious here. I'm not making anything sexual. I just don't want a stranger rubbing my back with their hand on my back with lotion or oil or any of that.
It feels very prudish.
No, I just don't like it. I'm fine with my girlfriend doing it because I know who that person is. I don't want a random person touching me. You're making me feel bad for being uncomfortable. Like, I'm not a prude
just
or
trying
anything.
to have a conversation with you on the podcast that elicits conversations.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to make you feel bad.
This isn't a list. We're having a conversation though. So but there's no reason for you to be calling me a fucking prude because I don't want a random person rubbing my back. That's just the end of the conversation right there.
Google prude for me. Am I not using the right word?
Yeah, you Google prude. Your fucking word. I just don't know why it elicits you calling me a prude. I'm definitely not a prude. I just am uncomfortable with someone I don't know rubbing my bare back.
Okay, all right.
That's just the end of
a person who is or claims to be easily shocked by matters relating to sex or nudity.
I am not shocked relating to sex or nudity. I just don't like a random person rubbing my back.
Okay.
It's very different.
What if you knew the person and they worked at a massage place?
No. I'm not in for it.
Okay.
I'm just not in for it.
Well, let me just go back to what I was saying. It felt really good.
Great. Happy for you. I'm happy you got a good time. How much did you pay for the massage? You said over $100. I'm going to freak out.
Yeah, definitely over $100.
It's crazy. I don't know why you'd pay for that.
Because I feel like a different person. Like I was so tense. I feel like, but you know what it is? I hold crazy tension up here.
Yeah, in your torn labrum?
No, but in my shoulders.
Yeah.
And also in my jaw, because I clench so much that I've forgotten how much I need those massages every now and then. And it's so good.
I'm glad. I'm definitely going to need a chiropractor. But like, for me, again, super different. It's not something that's an hour and a half. It takes 10 minutes. I have all my clothes on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all.
Can I ask one more question?
Sure. Are you going to call me a prude again?
No.
Okay, thank you.
What is it about? Because my underwear is on for this massage.
Didn't say that you were completely naked.
I know, but what is it about somebody touching you in a medical way with your shirt off that is
I also just it just makes me uncomfortable.
Okay.
Well, I guess in the same sense, the only time I've really had a massage, like it's not like I'm not seeing it as sexual, but it is sometimes like when my partner does it is a sensual thing. Like it's relaxing and we're chilling and just like having a nice conversation. And that's how I see that what a massage should be. So when I see people go into a massage parlor, no shame on the game, by the way. If you want to get a massage, get a fucking massage.
What if a dude was doing it?
No, that's the thing though. I'm out on dude or woman.
Yeah.
I'm out on any random person I don't know. Not like if I'm going somewhere to get a massage in a place I don't know with a person I don't know, it's just a situational thing. I just don't like that.
Yeah, I want you to know
overall.
That whenever we have these conversations on podcast, sometimes there is that line between podcast, making a show, podcast partners and dad.
Yeah.
And so just know sometimes I'm just trying to
push the envelope a little bit. That's fine.
I'm definitely never trying to make you feel bad about any conversation.
Yeah, that's why I nipped it real quick. And I was like, if you're making me feel some type of way, that's why I said that, so that we could adjust and straighten the fuck out. Because I know sometimes we're like, yeah, let's generate a good conversation and a funny clip. But also at the same time, I'm like, let's get back to also stick where the fuck at who we are.
Yeah.
That's where I wanted to be.
Okay.
So that's it.
I'm on board for that.
Yeah, that's all. I just no shame in the game. Get a massage. Like the only other time I was okay with it is if I cramped up on the field or during high school and the trainer had to that a completely different level for me because I'm in the middle of a game or something's up. I'm just cramped up. If someone else random is if we're playing basketball at I'm at an LA Fitness or something and I cramp up and some dude's up there and he's trying to help me get my cramp out. I'm good with that.
So you're good with a dude at LA Fitness trying to help you get your cramp out.
I'm in the middle of a game.
Just wanted to make sure that I wanted to make sure that I quoted you on that.
It's situational.
You're good with a dude at LA Fitness helping you get.
If we're playing pickleball and I cramp up after playing ball for 4 hours,
just want to make sure I'm hearing the sentence.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're good with the dude at LA Fitness helping you get your cramp out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that.
It's different.
Yeah, sure.
It is.
Yeah, fuck yeah, because
Absolutely.
it's just guy stuff.
Just dudes being dudes. You know, potato chip, protein shake.
By the way,
protein powder. Teddy Roosevelt.
What do we think about us on merch?
I love it, dude. I'm in a Newcastle jersey. I'm fucking stoked in that.
But
hat.
do you think this hat? Should we try to sell this hat?
I think it would be cool.
White on white, like this?
No, I think it has to be black.
Really?
It's just gonna stand out more.
Are you when we sell it? Are you going to use your black voice?
Depends on who I'm selling to. Maybe.
We be selling this.
No, but the dude. Like, here's the crazy part: is like when we did that last show in where the fuck were we? Cincinnati. And there was that dude in the front row, that black dude in the front row. Like every time if I made a joke or like when I made the Cosby joke, like I went over and dapped him up, or like I made it like when there was something there, he came up to me after the show and like we had a good conversation. But it was like it's just like it's just like. Yeah, it's just code switching. That's what it is.
I'm with you. You know, I'm giving you shit.
I know. I'm fine with that. But like, but I know that I code switch. I'm very, very self-aware that if when I am encapsulated in different cultures or like one-on-one with people of different cultures, if I am able to in a respectful and non racist seeming kind of way,
yeah,
I will code switch. But if I can't, I'll keep my server voice on.
Server voice?
Server voice. You know, like when you're working at a restaurant and you go to the back and you're like, God, I fucking hate these people. Table 36 is a dick. These guys suck. This baby sucks. And you go out and you're like, how you guys doing? You doing good?
Yeah, you server voice me a lot.
I server voice you all the time. I server voice people who are older. I server voice people who are older than me.
Elderly?
Older than me. I switched it. My bad. I server voice people who are older than me. I server voice grandma and grandpa.
What age do you think I'm going to be elderly?
5 years ago. You're 50. That's elderly.
50 is elderly?
You can get an early bird special at most places at 50. That means you're elderly.
You can get an early bird special anywhere. Any age. If you walk in at 4, you're on the early bird special.
Yeah, it's when you get up. So look at where you got yourself.
I don't get up at 4.
You get up at 5.
PM?
AM.
Dude, 4 PM is the early bird special.
Yeah, for the dinner. Yeah.
I don't get up at 5 a.m. I do get up at 6.
Gross.
I get up at 6 and I walk Indiana.
Yeah.
We've been having some good times.
Good. I'll be walking them in July.
Yeah, you will when I'm in Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to... Dude, I'm so excited.
So what city? Okay, before we get out of here.
3 cities?
Well, we already talked about the three cities.
Okay.
So you said Rome, Amalfi Coast,
Florence.
And Florence. So skipping Sicily, which I think is interesting, and skipping... also, when you go, you'll find out it's bruschetta, not bruschetta.
Okay.
So
why? What
we've talked about that before, and you said it's bruschetta, and I said it's bruschetta, and you said it's not.
Things are pronounced differently in different countries.
Bruschetta is Italian.
Bruschetta?
So it's pronounced bruschetta. Yeah.
I can't wait.
Go. I can't wait. Yeah. Anyways.
I'm going to eat so many cannolis.
Hey, yo. I can't wait. Hell yeah. That's what I want, a spicy meatball. What else? So your cannolis, what else? What are you most excited about?
All of it.
But you're not going to, but Italy's also known for wine.
I don't drink wine.
You're not going to try it at all?
Nah.
Mom's a sparkling.
Your mom's not going to drink either.
Oh, okay.
Neither one of us really drank.
Yeah, I know. I just didn't know if it was going to be legit when I say this. I'm for the pun and for the sake of it, a when in Rome type deal.
No, because
it was perfect.
But I'm going to eat more bread than I have.
I can't wait. Are you going to weigh yourself pre-trip and post-trip? I want to see it.
You want me to?
Yeah. Are you going to work out while you're there?
Not a day.
I would love to.
So I'll take a pre-trip picture and
weigh in, and we need a
picture.
I need both for sure. I'm so curious, but also I don't want that to be like. But also that's not going to make you hold back. You're going to eat whatever the fuck you want.
Whatever.
I think you're still going to come back with a 6-pack.
Yeah, I won't lose it in 12 days. I'm dude.
Depending on what you eat, maybe.
No, dude, you got to remember, I am a little insane when it comes to diet and the gym.
I know, but recently you have been so hungry. That's the thing.
Isn't that crazy?
Recently you've been so fucking hungry. So you better hope that's not a fucking thing in Italy.
I can't.
Because if it is, you're going to be, dude, you're going to have, I'm going to just count it. You're not going to average 10 espressos by noon. You're going to average 10 espressos by like 9 a.m.
Oh, dude, I'm going to be espresso and out, but I
drinking out of those little
wonder
fucking
why
cups.
I'm so hungry.
I don't know, but you're super fucking hungry recently. So if you still have that when you go to Italy, that's what I'm saying is the 6-pack might be in jeopardy.
And by the way, guys, I'm ultra competitive with myself is basically where all this comes from. Like, it's the way that I stay motivated. And I've had a bunch of people reach out to me. I might start doing it about just giving my daily and weekly eat and workout stuff.
I think yes, but also for the workout stuff, if I were you, I would, like, if you're going to put it out, do what, like, I mean, I guess do what you do, but, like, warning for everybody. Josh Wolf workouts are not for everybody. Okay. Viewer discretion.
I disagree, man. I disagree. I think they are for everybody.
Well, I think they are for everybody, but you, like, even I make modifications. You might need to make some modifications.
But
modify it to the way your body's able to do it. Like, that's the best part about working out is, like, or starting out or doing whatever you're doing is you can take any workout, but you can modify it to make sure it fits your lifestyle.
You definitely should. I also would say, because I talked to Dan yesterday, my brother, and he was talking about this workout that he does. And I said, dude, I could never do that. I said, you're in so much better shape than I am. And he was like, what are you talking about? And I told him, and this is true,
Paper shape.
my whole life, I know how to work out to make it look like I'm in great shape.
Yeah.
But I don't think I could run 2 miles in a row. In a row?
Right now?
In a row?
In a row? I don't think you could run 2 miles right now.
Nah, I don't have any cardiovascular.
I might be able to.
Well, you're 28.
Yeah.
But you barely would. You'd have a heart attack. Dude, you would be dying after 2 miles.
How long do you think it would take me to run 2 miles?
17 minutes.
17 minutes. So that's an 8.5 minute mile each time.
Yeah.
Ooh, right now, I would probably, if I pushed myself, I could do it.
Dude, you would.
Flat ground, 18.
Let's get you in the gym. You can do it on the treadmill. You would legit. Okay, this week.
Well, I'd have to see what the speed is for that. Yeah. Because the speed on the treadmill, though, is so hard for me to do because sometimes I'll, like, warm up and then I'll speed up. But if I'm running just this way to hit a mile.
But you get to decide what the speed you want it to be.
Yeah, but it tells you at what speed you're running, how fast your mile will be. So we'd have to set it to an.
You could also Google it, like, how fast would I need to run average to do an 8.5 minute mile? But I don't think 2 minutes. Are you in the worst shape of your life, you think?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, probably.
So 8.5 minute mile is
8.5 minute mile, though, doable. My not even in my best shape of my life.
Yeah, I've never been a mile guy.
Oh, dude, here's the thing. Not in the best shape of my life. My fastest mile is 5:30.
What?
Yeah. That was my freshman year of high school. I was 14.
Yeah.
That was not the best shape of my life. The best shape of my life was CrossFit. I could have run one.
Dude, CrossFit, you were kind of jacked.
Bro, I was kind of jacked. Oh, 7 miles an hour to run an 8:30 mile. Oh, I could do that.
0% chance.
I could do that.
You could do 7 miles an hour for 2 miles in a row.
Yes.
No.
Can I tell you what's weird before we get out of here? There's something weird about my cardio. As much as my smoke. Oh, by the way, I am just over a week off of a vape.
I'm so fucking proud.
And I'm going to tell you right now, last couple of days been a fucking struggle. I was telling myself on the way here, oh, I'm going to sneak and buy a vape on the way home and just hide in the car. And I'm not going to because I said it out loud. So I outed myself and I did that for the better of myself because now I will buy it.
I'm proud of you, dude. What's the hardest part of it?
All of it. All of it. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little jittery. I'm a little angsty. I think maybe that's why I pissed you off is because I'm a little pissed off. So I just wanted to even out the playing field a little bit. But yeah, I think it's also just a habit. It's habitual. It's having that.
Well, at what points do you find you miss it most?
Driving.
Really?
That's what I did when I was driving.
Not after you eat or when you wake up.
When I wake up, I don't go looking for it anymore, which is awesome.
Driving because it's just something to do?
It's just habitual. It's just what I used to sit there and do. I would just sit there and vape while I just drove. I would sit and talk to Maaan when we're sitting on the couch watching TV, for sure, because I would just be sitting there. Do you know what I mean? And it's because it was always either in my left pocket or sitting in my lap. So sometimes I instinctually go and reach for it and it's just not there. And
but it's also
something I've been doing for so much longer. It's something I've been doing consistently since 20.
Oh my God.
2021, 2022.
What have you found is taking its place?
Smoking weed.
Okay, not exactly.
No. But like, I'm not in a heavy way, but like, I'll take a small hit off of something because I think it's also an oral fixation thing. But also, like, I don't get high super easily off of like one thing because my tolerance is just ridiculous. But also when I get night and I don't have anything else to do, I have for this week at least, or at least for right now, I did buy some backwoods so that I like to slowly, for whatever I need to, like, if I'm ever like really craving it, I'll take like a puff or two off a backwood and I'm high, but it also sets me on whatever that rush was for like a good couple hours. So then I don't like look around for it. So again, cold turkey is a lot harder. So I'm trying to do small things with anything that prevents me from buying a vape.
Okay. Let me ask you this. If I paid you and we set up some sort of gym health, physical health challenge, what would you think about that?
You want to pay me?
If you hit
okay.
Let's think about it. I don't want to set anything up that's unrealistic. Is 3 days a week in the gym unrealistic? You can count those days with me.
Like on the road?
So you can count that on the road. So if we set up some sort of physical for a month and it was 3 days in the gym and 1 intake of sugar a day.
Whoa. What?
This is not something we're forcing you. I'm just talking about, like, if I gave you some sort of physical health challenge just for a month. Over the month, what's the price tag to see if you can do it? 3 days a week in the gym, 1 treat a day. So that's either a soda.
Yeah, but
by the way, yeah. Go ahead.
I'm just going to tell you right now, the discipline that I don't have for that, because that's going to be straight honor system.
I know.
And I dead ass will tell you, I will dead ass lie to your face and tell you I had 1 when I had 7.
Okay.
I'm just being honest on that note.
Let's do this.
I'm just being dead ass honest with you. Like,
I agree with you.
will straight up
I appreciate you being
lie to your
honest.
fucking face about that.
So what if we did this?
100%.
What if we did this? What if we did 3 times a week in the gym and on the road with me? So then I know it's just me and you. 1 sugar a day. For a month, we see how it goes.
Okay.
How much?
But then also honor system, when you're fucking on stage, I could just drink 18 sodas.
Well, that's gonna have to be something that you're gonna have to live with yourself.
Does the pre-show Red Bull count as my sugar intake?
Let me see how much sugar's in there. It's
I can do
terrible.
I can do a sugar-free Red Bull.
There you go.
We can do that.
3. So 3. That means you'd have to hit me up from inside the gym here. If we only do 2 days on the road,
hit you up from inside the gym.
You'd have to take a picture of you inside the gym working out.
Not on the road.
Yeah, if you didn't do all 3 on the road.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay.
So that would mean 3 on the road and then healthy eating on the road.
Okay.
Yeah?
Which just sounds like exactly what we did, the rules you made when I first went with you, but now you want to try and pay me to do it.
Not try and pay you. This is like a challenge. Don't look at it as me paying you. Look at it as I'm
looking at it as you paying me because that's what's going to motivate me to do the fucking challenge. What are we talking about? Do you not know how my brain works?
Yeah.
My brain works motivated. You know how dogs are food
Yes.
motivated? I am money motivated.
Okay. So then
You dangle $100 bill in my face. Let's do it.
what do you think about that?
I'll do it. Yeah.
How much?
I don't know.
How much?
I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. But like, also like, yeah, we'll just have to talk about it. Like, we'll have to come up with a number that makes sense.
And you'll
all my numbers don't make any sense.
You'll document it on your IG stories.
Okay.
All right. And you don't have to do the workout I do.
Oh, I don't plan on it. Well, as always, thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate y'all. Without any of you, none of this would be possible. Stay tuned to see what this physical challenge is going to be. And I'll tell you, within this month also, I'll add on top of it, I'll run 2 miles in 17 minutes.
That's going to be the first video test.
for sure.
And then I'll see how much I can do.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I'm almost really confident I could do 18, I think, right now if we got actually, no, I'm still kind of sick. On Monday, I bet you I could do it.
What's today? Well, Wednesday. You want to try it in second? Dude.
Yeah, if my cough is gone, I'm not trying to be a bitch about it. I was sick this last week,
Wait.
so I just want to make sure. Thank you guys as always for tuning in. We really appreciate you. As always, none of this is possible without any of you guys. Again, comedianjoshwolf.com for tour dates and tickets. Don't trust third-party sites. If you want tickets to a Josh Wolf show, go to comedianjoshwolf.com. See where we are in your city and buy some tickets off those links. I got nothing. Josh Wolf Comedy on all platforms. Jake_Wolf on Instagram. It's Jake Wolf on TikTok. My comedy clip is climbing in at over 500,000 views. Thank you guys again. I'm gonna update every week. I think it's still consistently climbing. We might hit 1 million in the next week or two.
Why don't you post another clip?
Well, I know. We posted something yesterday, so I didn't post. Like we did a collab thing. So then
we did.
Yeah, we did a collab thing yesterday. That's why I didn't post.
Got it.
That remember I told you whenever we collab, I'm not gonna post in a day.
Good idea.
So we're gonna go do dogs tomorrow. But I think I'm gonna post that. The only problem with the clip, fuck it. We'll talk about this later. But again, thank you guys as always for anything. There's gonna be a lot of huff to judge out of this. It's Jake Wolf on TikTok, Jake_Wolf on Instagram. Thank you guys as always. Hey, and also go to your local animal shelter. Take your dog out for a day trip. I'm going back again tomorrow. As always, do something nice for someone today. Tell someone you love them. We'll see you next week.
See you, everybody. Hey, if you like this podcast you just watched, you're going to love the one I'm popping up in your face right now. Check it out.